Alrighty, so last video I finished up the transmission I was working on. So still got all this mess to clean up. I do want to get the engine out of there probably today. This is my buddy's engine. He was letting me borrow it until I could get my heads and stuff on for my engine. I do have the heads now. I'm waiting on the head bolts, but they should be here, I'm thinking, in a couple weeks. So I'm probably going to start pulling this thing out and getting this thing ready to go back together. And in the process, I'll get this engine out, kind of clean up some of the engine bay stuff. Then I can finish weld some of the downpipe work. This is my transmission here, which is all taken apart. And I did find some bad spots on it, actually. So the center support is a little bit worn. And you could tell I was digging into the direct drum a little bit around the sealing rings. So I was looking at getting a new center support and direct drum, but that can be kind of expensive. Direct drum new is like $100, and this can be like 80. So you're looking at 150 to 200 bucks just for those two pieces. So I ended up picking up another core. I got this core for 100 bucks. So this is a complete core with the converter. Got it all for 100 bucks. He said it lost reverse, so that shouldn't be too bad. We'll see what it looks like on the inside. But I figured for 100 bucks I'll take my chances because it's got, you know, good case. Probably has some good parts, good pump, and overall on the outside doesn't look too bad. So either way, I know I can find something good out of that transmission to use to get my $100 out of it. But that's kind of the plan today, is to just kind of get this stuff cleaned back up so I can start working on getting that engine out. And I do have quite the collection here building of all used but still decent condition 4L80 parts. Other than that, for my transmission, I got all new board clutches, new input shaft, forward hub, new steels, Sonax bushing for the rollerized rear output. Basically doing very similar stuff to what I did in the last transmission. And then I do have this aluminum piston, which was actually machined down too far. You guys might remember this one was machined too far and the steel was actually spinning inside there. So that's not supposed to rotate. That's supposed to be locked. The little tabs are supposed to be locked in the lugs on the drum. So I might actually try to find a way to use this piston with putting like a thicker steel in the bottom, and then maybe trying to do 7 clutches with this thing since it's machined down so far. But we'll see where we end up with that. So yeah, I'm just gonna get the cleaning for now. All right, so got everything cleaned up now. I'm gonna start pulling this engine out. This will be interesting because this will be the first time that I'm kind of pulling everything out. So I'm just gonna take my time and do it. It's 7:06 p.m. right now. I'll get everything out. I'll pull the intercooler and radiator out together. Manifolds off, engine out, and we'll see how long it takes. Alright, so the camera shows 27 minutes, about 7:35 now. So, yeah, that was not really rushing too bad, I guess. Obviously, I didn't have all the wiring or anything hooked up. Only 2 bolts in each manifold, but 35 minutes isn't too bad. So my goal, I guess, with it is to try to be able to get it out in like 45 minutes from fully set up. Get it out in 45. So I should be able to do that. I feel like I'm well on my way. Plus, once I get into a routine of being able to get it out, I should be able to get it out pretty quick. So that works. So now I'm just gonna get the trans off so I can get this thing up on the stand and get it back to my buddy. But I was going through in my head what tools I used. I used a 15, a 10, a 13, a 3/4 inch ratcheting wrench, and a 3/16 for the engine mounts. My total with the intake, getting the intake off, would be 6 tools to get the whole engine out. So that's not too bad. And then so you'd need like 6 hand tools, wrenches, and then I used the impact for the motor mount bolts. But other than that, that's not too bad. 6 tools.